Welcome to Living a Sustainable Dream, and I'm Krista. Today I'm going to make a pumpkin pie. And I'm going to use my wood cook stove today to bake it. And also, I'm going to make my own pumpkin puree that I use to put in my pumpkin pie. The first thing that you want to do when you're going to make your own pumpkin puree is you want to get a sugar pumpkin. And these size pumpkins right here, about 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, and this is the perfect size to make enough puree for one pumpkin pie. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to cook this up and make your pumpkin puree for your homemade pumpkin pie. When I'm using my wood cook stove, before I cut my pumpkin in half here, I'm going to go to my wood cook stove and I'm going to totally load it up with wood. I'm going to open up all of my vents, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so here I am at my wood cook stove, and I have the Kitchen Queen. And is what I like to do is I take this lever, and you want to make sure that it's pulled all the way out. You want to make sure your door is all the way open, and then your vent in the back, you want to have that open, as well as your lever on the side here, which is for your oven. You want that open as well. So have all your vents open. I'm going to show you right here. My firebox is totally full. It is totally on fire, and it's really hot. And you want to let your oven and your firebox burn like this for about half hour, maybe 45 minutes, until you get the desired temperature that you want. I have this really handy tool my husband got. I love it. It basically shoots a laser and tells me the temperature. And so I'm going to shoot inside my oven, and I'm going to see, I want about 400 degrees to be able to cook my pumpkin. So right in the middle, I'm at 389, if you can see that. Is that awesome? Once you get the temperature that you want, you go ahead and shut your back vent, and you can shut your bottom lever. But I'm going to let this warm up just for a little bit longer while I'm cutting my pumpkin. And then we'll put it in, and I'm going to shut it down. And you want to cook your pumpkin for about 30 minutes until it is soft and tender. All right, when you're ready to cut your pumpkin, you want to cut it vertical, okay? So let's go ahead and cut our pumpkin. And it's okay if it's not exactly in half. Let's get a good start here. And I use my biggest knife that I've got. Okay, and you just kind of work it in there. And you're just going to kind of cut around. Okay, if you've ever cooked acorn squash, it's a lot like that. We're gonna just basically cook it like we do an acorn squash. So we're gonna open this up. Oh yeah, we're doing okay. Come on around here. And I try to avoid the stem if I can. Come on around. All right. We've got our beautiful pumpkin all ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape out the seeds, and then I'm gonna place it on a cookie sheet. And if you want, you can also save the pumpkin seeds and cook them up. They're really yummy. And I'm going to do that later, but for right now, I'm just going to scrape all my innards into this little container. It can get a little messy. That's okay. And I just like to make sure I get kind of all the strings out, because all we're going for here is the meat on the side of the on the pumpkin here to make our pumpkin puree. Okay, so you want your pumpkin on both sides to look something like this. Is that awesome? Love it. Okay, let's do the other side real quick, and then we'll cook it up. Okay, both of my pumpkins are cleaned out. So what I want to do is put a little olive oil in the bottom of my cookie sheet. And I like to use a cookie sheet that has the sides, okay, in case you have any, runoff or anything like that. I just get my oil. This is so that the pumpkin won't stick. All right, then you turn your pumpkin face down on your cookie sheet. And we're going to stick this in the oven. Oh, perfect temperature. Go ahead and stick it in. Okay. I have now shut down the back of my stove. I have this lever down here, I'm going to shut this down, and now I'm going to let it just cook. And you want to cook your pumpkin for about 30 to 45 minutes, and you want to cook it until you can poke a hole very easily through the back of the pumpkin with a knife. While it's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my pie crust for the pumpkin pie.